Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be making this simple beautiful off shoulder top. I'm going to show you how to cut it and how to stitch it. Come along guys, let's begin. For this top, I'll be using 1 yard of my fabric and it's 60 inches, that's the length of the fabric, while the wideness is 36 inches. So what you are going to do is you are going to fold the fabric into two. When you are done folding it into two, you are then going to fold it as a triangle, just like what you are seeing right now. Okay, so when you fold it as a triangle, you are going to take one part to be the pointed part, that's the triangular shape of the top. Okay, so that's what you are going to do. So what I did was I used the part that is very pointed as the part for the triangular effect, while the other part was what I used to cut out the top. Okay, the upper part of the top. So it's like a circle skirt or a circle dress or a circle top. Okay, so what you are going to do is you are going to mark your neck wideness. So what I used was 7.5 inches. So you mark 7.5 inches. Then when you are done, you can come down by 3 inches. Okay, so when you come down by 3 inches, you connect it to the 7.5 inches, that's the neck depth, which is going to be 3 inches. So it all depends on how you can just use that 7 inches that I mark as your neck. Okay, so I came down by 3 inches and I connected it to the 7.5 that I marked earlier. So this is the part we are using for the upper part of our top. Okay, so this is the part we'll be using. So you cut this part out, then I'm trying to cut at the other side, that's the part we'll be using for our sleeve. So this is the top, this is how it is going to look like. So now we are going to work on the sleeve area. So the sleeve area is the shorter part of the triangular effect after the neckline. Okay, so this is the sleeve area. You see this pointed part is that I'm cutting, that's the part we'll be using for the bottom part of the top. So the sleeve area now, you are going to measure 7 inches or 8 inches, depends on how wide you want the sleeve to be. Okay, so you are going to be stitching to that 7 or 8 inches that you marked earlier. Okay, so give it a notch. After notching it, you are going to stitch the neckline and you are also going to stitch and stop at that 7 or 8 inches that you mark for the sleeve. Okay, so when you are done, you are going to come over now to that triangular part. So on the triangular part, what I did was I came up by I decided to mark the hip measurement. So just take your tape and come up and look for your hip measurement, divide by 4. So whatever you have, that's what you are going to use as your hip measurement. So what I had was 9 inches, then I added 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. So that was it basically for the hip. So you are going to connect it. There's what will I say it in this part. I advise, if you don't want it to be too fitted, there's no need to cut it. If you want it to be a bit fitted at that part, okay, you can go ahead and cut it. Okay, so this is how it looks. Can you see it? This is how it looks after I finish cutting all the parts. So what you are going to do now is you are going to stitch the neckline. You can use bias to turn it, but you know me, I usually use my fabric as the interfacing. Then you go ahead and stitch and stop at that 8 inches on the shoulder area. Then you stitch and join it. Okay, when you stop at the 8 inches, just aim it a little to the end of the fabric, then stitch it and stop at that part you notch for the hip area. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the interfacing for the neckline, and you can use bias for yours. For those who be using interfacing just like me, you are going to stitch it up with using front side facing front side. You stitch it, then you top stitch on the lining piece. Okay, so you stitch it, notch and top stitch on the lining piece. So that's what I did for mine. So I'm going to stitch it up, then show you what to do next. After stitching and turning it up, you are going to now place it front side facing front side. Okay, so the back and the front, you place it together and use the back to turn the front. So, and what I did also was I had to weave the entire top so that it will be easy to just stitch while I go ahead and stitch mine. So you place it this way and you are going to turn it up this way and stitch to the 7 inches or 8 inches that you mark earlier. So that's basically what you are going to do on this part. You stitch and stop on that point. When you get to that point, top stitch. Okay, top stitch. You do this on both sides of the shoulder. So when I'm done stitching that part, I'm going to show you what to do next. After stitching, what you are going to do next is remember the sleeve area. So you are going to mark that part now and fold it with half an inch. Okay, so you fold it in and you stitch on it. So you fold it, you see what I'm doing? That's how you are going to fold it, and you are going to stitch it to the end of the sleeve. Okay, so you stitch one side, you go to the other side and stitch one side, so the opening area. Then when you are done, fold it and stitch on the side of the dress to the point that you notch for the hip area. Okay, so that point that you notch for the hip area, that's where you are going to stop stitching. So what I did was I just had to pin it up so that it will be easier for me to remember what I'm going to do. Okay, you see what I'm doing? I have to pin up the sleeve side and pin up to the part that I'm going to stop. Then when you get to the other side, you can use hemming gum to iron the side, but I went ahead and I stitch it up. So this is the other part. I had to do it so that you'll be able to see what I did on the other side. Okay, so you fold, then stitch and stop on the part that you mark for your hip. Okay, so you are going to stitch and you are going to stop there. So basically that's it for the top. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch every part, then I'll show you how it looks when I'm done stitching. So this is how it looks after stitching. After stitching, this is how it looks. So what you are going to do now is you are going to iron everything out. Then you can top stitch on the neckline. So if you want the interfacing to stay, just top stitch on the neckline. Then iron every other part. So I've gone ahead, I've stitched it. So I'm going to iron every part and show you how it looks on my mannequin. It's actually very easy and simple to make. Okay, so what I did on the bottom part, on one side I went ahead and stitched one side. So I want to show you how to stitch the other side of the bottom part of the top. Okay, so what you are going to do is you just fold it this way and stitch. Okay, so that was what I did for mine. I just fold it and hem it. Okay, because I've already gone ahead and I've waved it. So that's basically what you are going to do for yours. So this is it, guys. This is it after stitching. So go ahead, iron it up and you are good to go. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye, guys. God bless you and have a wonderful day.